how do I shoot myself? Well, I'm both the photographer and the model for the stock shoot, so what I do is I set up the camera and the backdrop and everything, then get into position where I want the photos to be, and then ask someone from around my house, usually my sisters or my mum, or if there's no one there, then I'll call my neighbours over, who they're really friendly, and they will set the focus at regular intervals, so they'll set the focus, go away, then 2 minutes later come back and reset the focus so that I can continue taking photos without having to worry about the thing out of focus most of the time, because it usually is out of focus. If I'm shooting outside, then what I'll do is focus on something that's in a similar position or shape of where I want myself to be. So if there's a tree, then I'll focus on the tree, then just move the camera slow so that you can't see the tree, but I'll stand where the focus was set.
Awesomeness. Do you have a photographer, or do you take photographs of yourself?
I don't have a photographer. I usually use myself as both model and photographer. Occasionally I do get a bit of help from my sisters or my mother, who will occasionally press buttons or set settings that I can't do while I'm in position for the modelling. Okay, this question is from DJ Bunny 12. What supplies do I use? I use a Canon 400D SLR, this little baby. I love it to death. It's about 2 years old now, and I'm thinking of upgrading it, but I love it. It's still good. I also have a camera remote. This saves me a lot of time. Before I got one of these, I used to have to pose, then take the photo, run to the camera, so at the time I run back, pose, take the photo. This endless repetitive cycle. This saves a lot of time and a lot of trouble. And
Fearless Moon. How do you tackle lighting, as example, not to get dark shadow beneath your chin?
Well, I don't have any lighting equipment at home, so all my light filters in through one window, and I just kind of have to make sure that I'm in that particular spot at the right time when the sun's shining through, which is usually mid-morning-ish. And then I set a high aperture so that the background's quite bright, or the figure's quite bright, and then I really just luck out on lighting at home. But I have access to a photography studio quite recently at uni, which has quite good spotlights and overhead lights and umbrella boxes and things like that. I'm kind of learning how to use them at the moment, which will really improve my stock, I hope.
How hard was it for you to master camera settings?
Well, I've only really started to learn more about my camera in this year. Before that, I kind of just point it in the general direction and press the button. But I've taken some photography courses, so I'm learning about shutter speeds and apertures and things like f-stops and that. So it's something that I'm slowly learning, and I hope it's visible through the high quality of the stock that I've been producing lately, which I hope will become even higher soon.
How do you choose your philosophy of stock? Realism versus beauty, or editing versus nitty-gritty?
Well, in regards to editing versus nitty-gritty, because I'm not so confident in my photography abilities, I do edit my photos a bit, not just cropping, but I also sharpen everything just a little bit, and I also, if it needs it, then I'll lighten them slightly. So I don't edit them so much that it's immediately recognisable as they're edited. They're still quite raw, and I used to touch up my skin a bit because I had some skin problems in the past. And in regards to realism versus beauty, I do like things to be quite beautiful. I like things to have like a fairy tale like charm, which is everything's quite beautiful, and I like that my stock could be like used as figures in poetry or fairy tales. So I like beautiful things. I like things to be romanticized.
Is it easy for you to find good models?
Well, not always. That's why I usually might use myself as a model. Sometimes I'll use one of my sisters, but they don't enjoy it so much because I do get quite mean on photo shoots. So
yep.
So I can't always persuade them, but they do help me out when I'm taking photos of myself with cameras themes.
Mr. Cup, what's your opinion on copying poses and shoot themes from other stockers?
I don't think it's a good idea to copy exactly what another person has done, because it's like plagiarism, even that's not really, because the work's not completely finished yet. But sometimes there is kind of similarity between sets or poses that are good, because some people need that pose that's slightly different and they can find it elsewhere, and stock's all about helping other people. I mean, so, you know, if you have the same thing but slightly different, or by a different person, by a different model, the different looks between those people, while similar in pose or costume or whatever, can be really helpful to other people, so it can be really good.
Lady Dove 7, any tricks of the trade you might use to make clothing stay right or creating unusual effects?
Well, really the unusual effects with clothing. Okay, with long trains or something, a good way to get them to sit right is to turn around in a circle quickly and then stop, and then the fabric will pulling and create a really nice drapery around the bottom area. Also, if you can use really trains or something, you can throw it in the air to make the effects like you're windswept or you're falling somehow. In regards to sheets, you can make pretty much anything out of a sheet. You can make toes, you can make dresses, saris, shawls, you name it, it's there. So all you need is really a belt or some safety pins or something.